First of all, you don't know me.
We're all about that high school drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, cheering for the right team. Drama queens, smart girl, rough girl, fashion but you're tough girl. You could sit with us, girl. Drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens.
Welcome back to a Q&A we've been waiting for years. People,
literally years.
Yeah.
Literally years. Rob, who do we have today? You gave the metaphor.
I compared this guest. I said, she is our Moby Dick. We finally landed the big fish. And it is the one and only, the wildly incomparable Lisa Goldstein.
Get her in here.
Lisa Kirsch.
Hi, guys.
Hi, beautiful. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Oh my God, you're so pretty.
Has not aged a day.
It's the Botox, you guys. Let's see.
Same girl, same.
Wait, did you just hear Rob's intro for you?
I was like not involved in that. Didn't hear it.
What are your feelings about being compared to Moby Dick?
Well, you have to give her context.
Maybe. Well, I was going to, Joy. I just wanted to see what the initial knee-jerk reaction was
Okay,
going to be.
yeah.
Very big.
I should have more faith in you. Sorry, go ahead.
It is just because we have for so long tried to get to you as a guest on this podcast. I would imagine they've been trying before even I showed my face here.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that might be true.
And so that it was to that extent that we have been just working feverishly, and here we are. It's happening.
I'm so excited.
The out there, we know she's there. We know we'll find her again. Obsession, which in the book is fictional, but for us is very real.
Very real
and
obsession.
Also, to be so close to the end and to finally have this moment, I do feel like we've won the Powerball. I would like for us all to also get $1 billion, but one thing at a time.
Selfishly,
I agree.
the reason I joined this podcast, because I don't cross paths with you in real life, I just thought, what if I do this? This is the long game. Maybe Lisa will be a guest and I'll finally get to tell her how great she is.
Aww.
Only reason. Yeah.
That is so nice.
Did you guys ever have scenes together, Rob?
Not a one.
Never.
Not one.
Not a single one.
Come
Isn't that
on.
crazy?
Maybe at like the end when it was like everybody,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
like
we would
Trick.
never interact.
Never.
Like, mm-mm.
And I didn't watch the show, so I am rewatching it basically and I forgot 90% of what happened on the stuff I was involved in. So
Yeah.
I have had such just a unique experience of watching you and feeling like I came in just going like, I know Lisa, like we've said hello a bunch of times, but then I've never seen your work. And I was like, she's so freaking good. You're just awesome in this show. And I'm going to say criminally underused.
Wow. I need more of this in my life.
Oh, anytime.
Come hang out with us anytime, because I wish we should find a way to somehow like gather all the things we've said about you and just put them into one audio file that you can just play anytime you're feeling blue. Because we talk about you consistently on this show, but you're so talented. And there are so many times when we are going, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was on the page. Like we're listening to the dialogue going, that's what was on the page. And Lisa somehow made it feel real and grounded and warm, and we feel drawn into her. And she's magical. Like, how does she do this? You're just so dang good.
Yes.
I mean, thanks. I had some doozies. I had some real doozies.
Buddy,
If I can remember.
you had some
Yeah.
doozies.
Yeah.
I know I did.
Your whole Millie's drug storyline was just...
The eye roll.
Real quick. It went from like, I'm a model. I'll take these diet pills. I'm addicted to cocaine in like an episode. And it was, I think Mike Daniels actually reached out to me and was like, hey, you need to be prepared for this because this is happening and like nobody's going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you.
He's a good egg.
They were going to just spring that on you?
Yeah, you became an addict in one episode in 43 minutes, and I grew 2 human beings in 43 minutes in one episode.
That's right.
Sometimes they took the things that would have been so yummy for us to like explore. And we're just like, speed it up, girls. Get to the point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We were always too like if the episode was like going real slow, I feel like we were always the ones who like had to rush through the scenes because there was no time.
No time with 22
There have
episodes.
been a few storylines on the show that I have vocally expressed my displeasure. And I would say it's actually a tie for first place, but you happen to be involved in both of them. The first was Millie's tragic after-school special that was a drug storyline, which was just, I mean, listen, if you go back and listen to any of those episodes, it's 50% me just eviscerating how stupid it is, and then 50% praising you for somehow making it palatable.
Yes.
The other storyline being Mouth gaining weight in season 9.
Oh my God.
And just being like, why are we wasting 2 terrific actors on an absolute nothing plot?
Yeah. Season 9 was a doozy. It was like, you know what's funny is I remember before we started filming season 9, on whatever platform that was like popular at the time, Facebook or Twitter or whatever it was, Lee posted a picture of him in like plaster of Paris, like on his face, like he was getting a mold of his face. And I was like, oh my God, he booked something over hiatus. This is amazing. And I like texted him congratulations. And he was like, I have to tell you. And I was like, oh, what is this? And he was like, they have me in a fat suit this season. And I was like, what? Like, how? And it was so out of left field.
Yeah.
It was just so bizarre. And I think, like, you know, we took it on the chin, but part of us were like, this is so dumb. Like, this is so dumb. Sorry, guys, but this is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that they had spent more of the time, like I was joking, in the 22 episodes to actually like stretch out storylines to make them feel realistic. But I don't even know how, if they had done that, how the fat suit thing would have worked. It's just so stupid.
It was like, of all, like, everybody, I don't remember a lot about season 9 because I was like, at that point when I heard like the fat suit story, I was like, I'm out. Like, bye guys. This is like, I'm gone. But like, for the last season of a show that is so beloved by so many people, to just like mail in a storyline. I mean, yeah, we're like kind of supporting characters. That's fine. But like, don't mail in our last like big storyline of like ever, you know?
Especially with what you guys had gone through and this really great rhythm we had just begun seeing with Mouth and Millie in the morning. Like, you guys doing a morning show was so fun. They could have made that fun. You could have had, you know, he has a little bit of it in the Nathan getting kidnapped storyline, but like, you guys could have been very like the good guy Bonnie and Clyde, like checking in with all the sources around town. You could have done such cute which also is so good for you and Lee, because you're both such brilliant physical comedians. Like, my God, Lisa, to Joy's point, just the sound bites of us talking about like your physical comedy and your choices and your shoulders and your hands. Like, I wish we could we'll make it happen. We'll get you all of our audio. Like, you're just so fantastic. And as a fan, as a viewer fan of yours and Lee's together, not just even as your coworker and friend, but like as a person who likes watching you on the screen, I'm like, what the you could have done a million things with them in the craziness of season 9 that didn't require prosthetics or like a whomp whomp, you know?
Yeah, it felt real. It's like cheesy isn't even the word. It's like, I don't know. I can't even find a word that's like bad enough.
Lazy?
Lazy. Yes.
Lazy.
Just like, it's not, I don't know. It just wasn't.
I'm wondering because I was in a soap opera for 2 years, a few years before One Tree Hill, and we did some crazy stuff. I was a clone of someone, and then they brought me back.
You were a pod person of yourself.
Yeah. And then they brought me back as a completely different character, like a year and a half later, and then I like had to get married against my will to somebody in the mafia, and like there was, I mean, it was crazy.
Can this be
stuff.
the next show we recap, by the way?
Yeah.
Joy's soap opera.
Yeah. But it taught me so much about making something work because it has to be realistic. And I'm trying to remember how much TV work you had done before One Tree Hill. So I know we have some questions for you about this, but I also wanted to kind of tie that in with this idea that, like, I was thinking about this, Lisa, when we were watching the episode where you were yelling at Mouth on the morning show about him being overweight. And it was so out of character for Millie, and it was so strange, but you figured out this, like, there was this little sweet pocket as an actor where you could get away with it. And it felt like if you didn't dissect it too much, you buy it. You buy the moment, it's okay, and everything works. That takes real skill and instinct. And I wondered how much of what you had done before One Tree Hill, or how much of just like having been on the show and learning between your all your other crazy storylines, how much of that prepared you for being able to like really have this amazing skill?
Okay. I had done 0 television before One Tree Hill. None. I had only done theater. This is my first job on, like, not first job ever professionally, but my first job in front of a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, but I will say that I was trained in college in Meisner and in Stanislavski. So Meisner is all about listening to what is being said to you and responding honestly, like however you're feeling. It's very intuitive. But then Stanislavski is like all subtext and like make sure what you're saying has meaning behind it. So I feel like I really use the combination of both of those to like help me through really difficult moments. Because if you're listening to what the person is saying to you and you're responding honestly, like, I don't think that what you're saying could ever really sound like outlandish, because it's an honest reaction. And then if you have that, the subtext, the underlying subtext of like what you're really saying, because like everything you say has subtext in real life, it kind of helps create that like reality.
That's great. I love
so
that.
Great. Rob coined a term for us. Obviously, we were all talking at the time about how our show had jumped the shark so many times. But Rob coined the term that we really learned how to ride the shark on our show. And like, my God, you ride that shark so beautifully in the crazy storylines. But also, I don't just want to focus on what was so ridiculous. There's so much goodness. And from the time that we meet Millie in season 5, you know, when we started also shooting Wilmington for New York, like creating the like New York City, like fancy glass window buildings, like so silly and sweet. But like to watch the arc of your character grow, to watch her find confidence, to watch the hilarity, like the bachelorette party episode, like all of these things that were just so delicious. Like, you and Sharon Lawrence did things as hungover girls when we woke up in that suite that were so perfect. Like, there's great stuff too. But to your point about training, like, I want to get into what you loved about it. But when you were coming to do this show, like, what was happening in your life at the time? I mean, we know, but like for people at home who have these questions, somebody literally goes, how did she go from a Disney princess to starring on One Tree Hill? Was she a fan of the show before joining? Like, people have so many questions about what it was like when you arrived. So let's go back to like the fun part.
Yeah.
That is fun. So I was working at Disney. I was doing Finding Nemo the musical. I was in the original cast.
What did you play?
I played Nemo. So we had
Casual.
like puppets. We had puppets. I played Nemo. I played Squirt. I got to like, Squirt was really cool back then. It's not the same anymore. It has been changed since COVID, but you would fly in on like this puppet that had like bungee cords on the side. So you'd fly in and you'd be like bouncing and I'd be doing flips backwards with a puppet.
Like an Avenue Q puppet?
Kind of. It was like Squirt was a puppet that you would sit in and your legs would be the fins. So like it looked like the fins were moving, but they were my legs. I'm like miming legs, like you can see it. So the legs would be the fins. And then his head was where we had these like bike brake puppets. And one side was blinking and one side was their mouth.
Okay.
So it was nuts.
So great.
Yeah, it was great. And then the Nemo puppet was like, you'd just hold it and it had like the bike brakes on like a stick and then you'd control their eyes and their mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, so I was doing that and I got in a local agent and I like sent off this audition for One Tree Hill and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'll just send it off and we'll put it on tape real quick. And then I got a call leaving rehearsal with my friend and my agent like left it on my voicemail. Like, you booked One Tree Hill.
As a voicemail?
Just on your voicemail?
As a voicemail.
Not even call me, I have news?
What?
No, a voicemail. And I was like,
Ew.
Nicole, you have to listen to this. Like, can you listen to this? And she was like, you booked it. And I was like, this is crazy. Because I'd never done film and TV. I didn't even have a callback, which is crazy.
Wow, crazy.
Whoa. And you just put yourself on tape or did you go in the room?
I just put myself on tape. It was from a tape.
Wow.
And like, I think the reason it was like that was because it was only a 1 episode situation at the time.
Oh.
And I think like everybody kind of had an idea that maybe we'll be bringing this character back. But I think it was like day 1 was like my test, you know?
Whoa.
No pressure, having never been on a TV set before.
And I remember Greg was directing and I had this tiny little scene and I forget what it was. It was like Brooke was like going out to her like taxi or something. And like, then the camera was just left on me and like, he didn't cut for a while because he wanted to see what I would do.
Yeah.
But, you know, I kept going and like, I like breathed and I don't know, I did something weird and like, that was that. And he was like, I remember at the end, Greg being like, well, we're going to see you again. And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Okay. I love hearing that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I remember, to Rob's point, like there's so much we've forgotten, even though we all did this. Like you did 70 episodes of our show. And isn't it crazy that someone will ask you about something and you'll be like, what? Like,
Oh yeah. There's so many things. I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember having the aha moment when we watched Millie join our universe because you're the reveal with Victoria.
Oh yeah.
Like you say, you know, and you know, there's something about like Victoria's in your office or whatever, and you think she's like an executive at the company, and then it reveals that she's Brooke's mom.
Oh
and,
yes,
and
that's
you're
right.
you're the misdirect, and it was so well done because you obviously aren't saying in the scene like I'm so scared of her, but you and your big beautiful eyes just being so terrified, and then we meet Victoria Davis, and everyone's like, oh my god. And the dynamic between you two in the office, like the way that built in season 5.
Millie was like the perfect little like cream in the middle of the Oreo sandwich. These two like big
The dysfunction sandwich.
Yeah.
But it's like Millie and Victoria are actually such a unit for this big reveal for Brooke's character. And like, I don't know, you just, oh my God, you crushed. Was it nerve-wracking for you to work with Daphne at first? Like, were you actually intimidated by her?
She walked in on me being on set day 1 and I was like, what's her character's name in Spaceballs?
Princess Vespa.
I was like, it is Princess Vespa. Like I grew up on Spaceballs, like second grade me, watching all the F-bombs and like all this stuff while my parents are in the other room, like having a drink or whatever. Like I grew up on Spaceballs. So she walked in and I was like,
yeah,
like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I think we all felt a little bit of that intimidation with Daphne when we first met her.
Yeah.
Well, and we had it with Moira starting in season 1. We would follow her around being like, Topic, don't say Topic, don't say Topic.
Oh my gosh,
and then
of course.
Daphne showed up and it was like, we're like winning the mom lottery on our show
I know.
in the most incredible way.
Working with Daphne was like, as my oldest daughter would say, like Daphne is her. Daphne is her. Like 100%. She is like so great. She's so professional. Like working with her was unbelievable. I loved it. And Sharon.
Had you watched the show before joining? Did you know what you were walking into?
Not really. Way back in the day when it was a pilot, I remember getting like a side for it or somebody I knew got a side for it to audition for it. And like I knew of the show and I knew it was popular, but I didn't watch it. But then at the time, all the episodes were on SoapNet.
Yes.
So I would record them and like catch up. Like as I was filming like season 5, I was like catching up at the same time.
Good old SoapNet.
Oh my God, SoapNet. That was real.
TV that aired at a certain time with commercials.
Oh my God.
I need all my children like circa 1985 till, I don't know, 2002. I just feel like I need that back in my life. I literally would put it on every day.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like your comfort.
Yeah, because it's the things that we grow up watching when we're kids.
Yeah. It's like your guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
So we've already covered the Millie lowlights as they were, but what are some of your Millie highlights?
Yeah.
Oh, like all the fun stuff. I think Brooke's wedding was super fun. That was so fun for me to film. Like just being like a little tipsy and like coming in on the conversations that people are having that are serious. And like, that was so fun. I mean, before Millie became a drug addict, the modeling storyline was pretty fun. Working with Jana when she first came on the show was really fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah, you two were great. You were such good chemistry.
You were the buddy comedy I didn't know I needed.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I really, I mean, as like crazy as the storylines were, at the end of the day, I felt really proud of how I handled it. Like handled all the outlandish things that were thrown at me. And like, even though things were like, you know, got real crazy, I don't think I would, I mean, I would change some stuff, but I just feel proud of like the how it turned out, how I, you know, got through to the finish line, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were so many things.
You should feel proud. There've been moments where we've watched someone's performance. Like Jana jumps to mind, and in your tough storylines, it was the same with you. I'm like, oh, they're Teflon. Like they're so good that even though I'm watching this going like, this story is the worst, I'm going like, I'm watching a really good actor make very questionable material palatable. You know, so you should be proud, because in the hands of a lesser actor, I think it would have just been like an episode breaker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To your point about like when our working life shifts as Brooke and Millie, and we do you're going to go out, you're going to close the show, we have the big surprise moment. I know for me, 0 is not a size is one of those things that stands out for the audience and for the fans as like a thing that they still want to talk about.
Yeah.
How do you experience that with people? How do you feel about the storyline? Like now, all these years later, do you feel like it stands up?
Of course. I mean, I think that's great. And I think that, as society is evolving and becoming more accepting and of different body types, I think it's a really important lesson to teach. And having a daughter, like, I make sure that there is nothing mentioned in our house about weight, about looks, about anything like that. Like, and you know what's so funny is that I was like, the other day, I was like, oh, I gotta dye my hair. My grays are coming out. And she was like, Mommy, like, you are beautiful no matter what.
That's this new generation.
Yeah, it is. And like a message like 0 is not a size is timeless. It's just is.
And it was timely, I think, because we all did grow up with all the tabloids so much, especially when you're as a child actor like I was, they were all just like in the hair and makeup trailer, all of every magazine, every tabloid, it was just around. And back in that day and age, it was all body issue stuff on the cover of those magazines and rags. And so I feel like we were really on the cusp of that transition and leading the way in that transition to, hey, we need to stop focusing on this stuff. And I'm really proud of us just as a show that we got to do that. That was your storyline, you guys. So I'm sure you're even more proud of it, but it's pretty cool.
And we were such a perfect show to deliver that message, given who our demographic was. It really was like for some of the egregious missteps that our show has had, like we've also had some incredible moments. And I would say 0 is not a size is like, it's in the top 2 or 3, if not the top 1. But when fans come up to you and they want to talk about something, is there like a go-to scene or moment or storyline that they bring up most?
Good question.
I mean, it is 0 is not a size. It's like, that's it. And on the rare occasion that a fan comes up to me, it's usually like, can I take a picture? I loved you. You did such a good job on the show. And then it's kind of like done. But when I get more in depth, it's like 0 is not a size and Mouth and Millie are so cute.
They are. Wait, when you moved down to Wilmington, you moved to Wilmington, right? Like, because you became a series regular, or were you always, okay. Yeah. I never know how people were officially billed and whatever. But, so when you moved there, did you just get your own apartment? Did you do what we did where you kind of like roomed with other new people on the show?
I got my own apartment. Like, it was furnished. It was downtown, like kind of off the beaten track. I got my own apartment because I was like, I mean, I'm here now. So like, I guess I better get a place.
Did you and Lee spend a lot of time together offset just to kind of build that chemistry, or was it was just there when you started on camera?
We already had been, like, in season 5, when all those new people came in, I know I was hanging out with them and Lee was hanging out. Sophia was hanging out.
Yeah.
James was like,
it was like so much fun.
Went out and had a lot of fun. And so that chemistry like was already kind of there because we were friendly. And then, it just kind of developed over the years.
That's great. Well, you could see it. You could see it on camera for sure.
Yeah.
We were also in that, like, it was such a special moment in time because social media wasn't really a thing. You could still like go out with people and not feel like you were being tracked all the time. Like we were going to the brasserie for mac and cheese and we were going to see shows at the Soapbox. And like, it was such a special moment in Wilmington. And I'm so happy we get to talk about all of this today because I was just with Lee. There was a convention in Paris and Rob came and sadly Joy couldn't join, but like a lot of us were there and Lee and I were talking about it and we were like going through our phones as you do at our age, like going through pictures of your families. And we were like, man, we're so happy and lucky, but like remember when we all got to live together and go to dinner every weekend and we had no responsibilities and we were so silly? And like, I was thinking about you and I going to Pilates and learning how to make basil syrup from Natalie. And like, oh, it was just such a special time.
I feel like I remember the basil syrup thing. I wasn't there, but did you bring some into work? Like that definitely just rang a bell in my brain.
Oh, we were obsessed. Basil syrup, blackberry syrup. Like it was a whole thing.
I know.
And it's like the yummiest memory to me. It feels like a hot chocolate chip cookie. You know what I mean? Emotionally.
Yes.
So many good things that we all got to take from One Tree Hill, but you took something from One Tree Hill that I think is pretty unique and probably beats what the rest of us took, which is a hubby.
Yeah, I know. I snagged me a hubby at One Tree Hill.
Yes, you did. You and Michaela McManus.
I know. We nailed life.
Can
Totally.
you tell? I don't know that story, so can you share?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm so excited. So, Brendan Kirsch. So, he was the sports coordinator, as you guys know. And right when, I don't remember what season, I guess it was season 6. When season 6 started, that was, okay, I was moving to Wilmington. I was like there before everybody because I was just coming up from Florida. And I came in early because I wanted to find an apartment. And I was like, is anybody here? Like putting it out in the universe. And Brendan was the only person who was in town. And I was like, you should go to dinner. Like totally innocent. I was like, yeah, just as friends, let's go to dinner. Now, Brendan thinks I asked him out.
Of course he does.
I didn't. We were just going out as friends. But, you know, things progressed from there and like we had chemistry and, you know, I was like, oh, I really like him. And, you know, once the slam ball stuff started filming, that's when we really started dating. And like it moved real fast from there. Like we moved in and we got engaged like a year later. And that was it. It was like, I don't know.
Wow.
It was great.
Talk about like locationship that actually like lasted and has kept going.
Yeah.
What's the secret? What's the secret sauce, Lisa?
Like my best friend, you know, like he always was my best friend. He always makes me laugh. And, you know, and vice versa for him. Like I'm always making him laugh and like we're just each other's person.
Aww.
So before you clearly asked him out on a date before season 6, how did you guys? So wait, I'm assuming then you all met season 5, and that's how you had his number.
Yeah, he was like one because he was him and James were really close, so he was always going out with us and hanging out with us. So I knew him, like. Kind of as an acquaintance before season 6 started.
Brendan was like as in the mix as like Rob, for example, Jane Beck. Like he was in the posse of the friends who on camera people and off camera people who were all around the same age, who were just gallivanting around town together on the weekends.
Yeah.
And yeah, you two, I remember as your friend having a moment where I like heard your laugh and you were laughing so hard. And then I heard another laugh I knew that was so hard. And I will never forget, like turning like this and seeing the two of you. Like I saw the 50-50 and your head went forward and then your head went back and he was doubled over laughing towards you. And then his head went back. And I was like, it was like pew, pew, pew. It felt like the moment in the rom-com where like, the stars twinkle a little bit. Oh God, just like the sweetest thing. The laughter for you two is, even as friends who watched it happen, like that was cool.
It was great. I mean, that's fun.
How many kids do you guys have now?
3. Gracie is from a previous marriage, and then we have 2 together.
Oh my gosh, Lisa.
What ages?
I know. 11 and 9.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
I mean, if anything will like like I always say, kids are like a tangible measure of time.
Mm.
It's like you can see it. It's crazy.
And how fast it goes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So what is your life like now? Can you just tell us a little bit? I mean, we haven't talked in so long. I know you and I messaged on Instagram a little bit ago. And Kendra Garrett is obviously we both love her, and a mutual friend from Wilmington. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love Lisa." We chatted about her, but you and I haven't actually connected. And I don't know if you've stayed in touch with a lot of us. So can you just tell us what your life's like now?
I mean, I'm mostly a mom. Like once I had our first boy, I was like, that's it. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. Because when I was growing up, my parents had to travel a lot. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to leave my kids. So they're like, my family is like my top priority right now. So it's like, soccer practices and esports and classes and voice lessons and Minecraft and Dogman and Taylor Swift's new album and like all the things that come with like that are in your world now that weren't before. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Did you say esports?
Yes, esports. It's like so my son does Smash Bros. Yeah. So he has an esports like practice and then game. So he has practice on Wednesdays and then a game on Friday where they do a tournament.
Oh,
that's so fun.
That. Oh, my inner nerd is so happy.
Oh my God. You and him would be like.
I say inner nerd like I'm not an outer nerd as well. I love that. All of me.
I love a nerd, so yeah.
It feels correct.
So are you, is that part of why you decided to step away from acting, because you were like, I'm in this with my kids right now and I want to do this?
Part of it, I also have like really bad anxiety. So I found that when I was like always putting myself out there for auditions and that's like your whole job really as an actor is audition.
Truly. It's the worst.
But I would get into the rooms after One Tree Hill and I would be like, I would already be defeated and I would already it just wasn't sustainable for my mental health to continue down that path. And like really for me, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze anymore. It just wasn't I don't have that desperate desire anymore to storytell or be on stage or be in front of a camera. I just don't. I don't know if that went away after I had kids or I don't know. I kind of did everything I wanted to do when I set out to be an actor. I got to be Belle. I got to be on TV. And I don't know, I got to do so many things. And I don't find, I just don't have that desire anymore.
You also expend so much creative energy as a parent.
Yes.
That it truly fulfills so much. I mean, I know it did for me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean, I would go to sleep and be like, oh, what a wild, exhausting day we had. But I mean, I read her 7 books in 12 different accents. And we went to the park and played make-believe. And we improv with the other kids at the park. And then I made dinner with her and we turned it into a cooking show. And then, I mean.
Wow, you're a fun parent, Joy. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be done storytelling. And then your kid turns 2 and you're like, all I do is storytell. I do 14 hours of improv a day.
Yeah. And not to mention, I'm in Florida. So it's not like I'm living in a place where, acting jobs are easily accessible. I would have to travel to do that. Or if I was, working for a theater or whatever, it's that would take up the majority of my time. And I don't want anybody else but me determining what I do with my time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. To get your agency back is really, it can alter your chemistry a bit because we just didn't have it for so long that you get used to not having it and then you get a taste of it. Like COVID for me was my first break. And I was like, I get to decide what I'm going to do with my day. I can decide what time I'm going to eat lunch. Like, it sounds so silly, but it really, it teaches you, I think, something else about yourself. And then you have kids and their schedules have to trump everything. And it's like, what a gorgeous thing to give all of that to yourself.
Yeah. It feels so right. Like people ask me, my family asks me sometimes, do you miss it? And I'm like, no. Like, I miss the relationships more than anything.
Same.
I don't miss I don't miss the grind, you know?
Is there any role, any show, anything that would make you kind of come out of hiding and be like, okay, if somebody just picked up the phone and called and said, Lisa, we saw your work on One Tree Hill, you're amazing and we need you.
Ooh, that is hard. That's a really hard question. I don't know. I don't know if there is one, to be honest, because I'm such a perfectionist too. And I've been out of the game so long that I don't know if I could give it like what it would need for me, you know?
Yeah, because you know what goes on behind the scenes. It's not just like, oh, you get to come do this thing. It's like, I know what the grind is.
Right. Like thinking about going back, like after COVID, Nemo was having auditions again. And I was like, oh, let me think about that. And I was like, rehearsing 8 hours a day for 3 months, 6 days a week. And then like doing a show 5 days a week, 3 times a day. I was like, no, I don't think so.
That's easy math.
Yeah, I'm good.
Didn't you find that that's one of the natural byproducts of becoming a parent is that suddenly your free time becomes such a scarce resource that it really helps very quickly you realize what is important to you when you only have 90 minutes free a day, if that, right? Like you suddenly realize like of all the people, there's only 2 people who you care to call back. You know, it's like, or what activities you're going to do. So it's like when that happens.
Why you haven't called me back, Rob?
No, I told you I'm going to call you back, Joy. But no, don't you find that? So it's like you become a parent and suddenly you're like, I don't know if that's how I want to use that little island of free time I have.
Totally. That's absolutely right. It's like putting my energy out in the universe for stuff that like I don't know is coming back to me. I want to put my energy into something that I know will benefit my kids, me, or my husband.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I love it. There's such an enchantment. I think people think of Hollywood and what we do with this glamour still. And I love the dismantling of that and recognizing that storytelling is hard and takes a lot of work and it's not a life for everyone. And there's so much fulfillment in everybody approaches life differently and needs something different. And there's lots of things I'm good at that I don't have the energy to really pursue as a career.
Yeah.
Because exactly what you're saying, like I need the things that I prioritize to be things that I'm investing in something that's giving back in a way that's really meaningful.
Yeah.
So I think it's just so beautiful, the strength and willingness to prioritize your family and yourself rather than like what people perceive is this perfect Hollywood life. Like, oh my gosh, you're on TV. You must have it made, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Nope.
Well, yeah, you said it. Auditioning is the job.
And auditioning is the worst. Unless you're like, I love auditions. It's like, it's hard. It's going to be hard.
And I got news for you. There are no rooms, or I should say that there are very few rooms anymore post-COVID. I mean, I don't know if you got a taste of this, but it is all self-tapes and like feedback. You only hear feedback if like you're in the running or you booked it or you did so bad they never want to see you again.
Oh God.
So it's just you spending hours doing a tape, sending it off
Into the void.
And with nothing. So like you said, like you want to be sure the energy you're putting out is being reciprocated. At least you could get feedback in a room, you know, a chuckle, some sort of nice thing. That's gone. But let me ask this: as the keeper of Millie, what would you what is Millie doing today? What is Millie's current life like?
Okay. Well, she and Mouth are obviously married with kids. I don't know how many. I'm sure maybe they've taken over the TV station or something like that. They're still like a duo and working professionally together and in Tree Hill, like taking the TV industry there by storm. That's what I think.
Love it.
Yes. Mouth and Millie in the morning forever and ever.
Please.
I like forgot about Mouth and Millie in the morning. That was super fun.
So cute. And as we get to the end of the season, Millie does this like gorgeously generous thing and says to Mouth, I love working with you, but I don't think you're happy. I think you miss sports. And getting in our penultimate episode, Mills and Skills at the Burning Boat.
Yes.
It's so good.
Highlight reel of the show for me.
And the way he freezes up and just pretends like everything.
Wanker.
Incredible. Incredible. You really, you changed the Tree Hill universe for the better, Lisa. You're
big time.
Bar none.
And as someone who, like I said, I had no idea what you were up to while we were there in Wilmington doing it. Now going back and watching it, you did such a wonderful job. And you bring such just like grace and levity to the show. And when it gets really outlandish, you ground it. But you, if One Tree Hill was your mic drop moment, which it seems as though for the time being it is, like what a way to go out, because you just did a phenomenal job.
Thanks.
Yeah. You were a glue that we all needed in all the scenes that you were in. You had an ability to pay attention to what was happening, what everybody else was doing in the scene, and you knew exactly what was needed and how to fill it. And that's not always the case. I feel like there's a lot of times when you see people kind of jockeying to do the same thing or they're not playing off of each other, and you just truly every environment you walked into, it was like you just became this adhesive and just brought everything all together. Yeah. And I'm sure that's just a you quality that happens in your regular life too, everywhere you go. And we just wish you all the best. And I don't want to let you go. It's so sad, but I'm really, really glad we got you. We got our Moby Dick.
We got her.
Good callback, Joy.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. It was so fun, and it was so good to see you guys. I'm so glad I got to do this, and we finally made it work.
We did it.
Yeah, worth the wait.
Yay! Bye, guys.
Bye. Ooh. Before we go, I have a little piece of cool news.
I love cool news.
No big D, but I have got it on good authority that we have a couple of special guests that are going to be joining us at our live show in the Wilmington.
That's right.
In the Wilmington.
The Wilmington.
The Wilmington.
And just because we love symmetry, we thought 3 hosts. Let's do 3 guests. Guess who we got?
Tell the people, Rob.
Mr. Sex Pylon himself, Austin Nichols.
We got him.
The Teflon Queen, who can just deliver any material and still make it likable and charming, Jenna Kramer.
Hey.
And the one, the only, the lovable doofus Lothario, bad boy who talks in the third person, Chris Keller, a.k.a. Sweet Tyler Hilton.
Woohoo! I can't wait. I can't wait to sit down with the 3 of them.
Oh, it's great. It's going to be great. I'm pumped, man.
Where can people get tickets? The in-person one is sold out, but we can watch it on the live stream. Is that right?
Yeah. Great question, Joy. I'm so glad you asked. Anyone can get tickets for the stream at veeps.com/drama queens. That's Veeps, VEEPS.com/drama queens.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to leave us a review. You can also follow us on Instagram at DramaQueensOTH.
Or email us at dramaqueens@iHeartRadio.com. See you next time.
We're all about that high school drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, cheering for the right team. Drama queens, smart girl, rough girl, fashion but you're tough girl. You could sit with Drama queens, drama queens, drama queens. Drama queens, drama queens.